Our featured author today is author, podcaster, and naturalist Sue Halverson. Sue currently lives in Sedona and has been there for a year and a half. She moved there from Colorado, Denver, I think you said, Denver, and lives a life filled with adventure. She loves the outdoors and is an avid supporter of animal rescue, both wild and domestic. She enjoys spending time with her husband, Scott, and their 3 fur babies, Spirit, Cinnamon, and Surprise. Sue is currently working on becoming an Arizona Master Naturalist, which I don't know what that is, but it sounds very good. Sue earned a bachelor's degree in wilderness education and has traveled to many wild places, yet the most amazing place she has visited is the edge of eternity. Sue will be reading from her book, Crossing Over. The book is available on Amazon, by the way, if you're interested to go there. And also there is a book table in the back with her books and things like that. Thank you. And Sue, come on up.
Not hit it.
Just, yeah. Should be live.
Hi, everyone. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, we're gonna move it a little closer.
Yeah. This is good.
Would you want up or down?
Just not on back. So just tilt it. There you go. Perfect.
Yeah. Full service.
Okay. The Whisper, South Bend, Indiana, 1975. I lean over the coffin. Grandma, it's me, I whisper. I'm here now. Grandma doesn't answer me. She is dressed in a light blue formal gown. Her white hair is spread around her. She looks like an angel. I hear a man's voice, and I look up. He points at me, but he is not talking to me. He's speaking with a lady I don't know, dressed in black. This is Sue, he tells her, Mary's oldest granddaughter. She's 12 years old. A long line stretches behind me, people waiting their turn to see Grandma. But I'm not ready to leave her side. They can move around me and still see her. Grandpa comes up and puts a hand on my shoulder. You meant the world to her, he says. The last thing she wrote is in that birthday card you're holding. I look down at my hands. My birthday card sparkles with angels flying in the clouds. I wonder if Grandma is now flying with those angels. I don't need to open the card to know what it says. To the best granddaughter this side of heaven, love, Grandma. I had received the card a couple of weeks ago when Grandma was in the hospital. I was sure she was going to get better and come home. It hadn't occurred to me she was using my birthday card to say goodbye. The Catholic church we attended had not prepared me for this moment. Traditions and rules had never given me a God who would be of any comfort. I decided religion is dead and God doesn't care about me. So where does that leave Grandma? Where is she? And is there any kind of life after death? I feel pain in the pit of my stomach. Grandma will never be coming home. Grandpa moves away and my mother takes his place. Are you all right? Yes, I say, but I'm not. Nothing is all right. Mom moves away and a steady stream of people place their hands on my shoulder and tell me how much I meant to my grandma. I'm numb to their words. I wish they would all leave and let me be alone. Grandma is an angel now, and if they will all leave, I think she may be able to talk to me. Her eastern star pin shimmers in the dim light. I take in every detail. I've never seen her wear anything other than gardening clothes and capris. Today, she is dressed in a puffy blue formal, just like the angels sitting atop Christmas trees. Finally, all the people move away, but a strange man comes up and asks me to take a seat on the front row. I do as he says and sit on the edge of my seat, staring at Grandma. But the curtain begins to close. We all wait in anticipation. For what? I I don't know. Then the curtain parts and I gasp. The lid is closed. Grandma is inside that closed black box with a line of men in black suits standing next to her. I can't breathe. Surely they won't leave her in that box. The loss overwhelms me and I almost pass out. When we walk to the grave, I feel like a zombie. Everything is a blur on the ride home. Are you okay? My mother keeps asking. Yes, I say, but we both know it's not true. As soon as the car stops in the driveway, I jump out and run as fast as possible, row after row of field corn. Somewhere in the middle of the field, I fall to the ground and let the pain I had stuffed inside me come to the surface. It shoots out like a geyser, and I scream at the top of my lungs. No! I yell again and again. The pain of losing my best friend is too much. I stay there for hours and wail until nothing is left but my shattered heart. The light. Mitchell, South Dakota, 1988. Everything is going to be all right, the doctor said as the anesthetic began to work. But instead of going unconscious, I floated up and out of my body towards the operating lights. The pain I had been experiencing for months was suddenly gone. I continued to rise like a helium balloon, past the lights, through the ceiling, above the earth, and into a dark universe filled with stars. I had never felt so free. One star shone more brilliant than the others, drawing me straight to its center. It loomed larger and brighter as I neared. When I reached for the light, liquid love entered my body and flowed through my veins, filling every part of my being and every cell, cleansing me. I basked in the feeling of righteousness for a moment. I was perfect. Then I leaped for the center of all that brightness. Immediately, a hand grabbed my ankle and stopped me from entering the light. Suspended in space and time, I stared at the golden brilliance emanating from the star. An amazing source of oneness and love radiated from the inside. I was part of all that oneness and love. I was one with everything, and the oneness was perfection. Yet, amazingly, I was still an individual. I was still me. At the same time, I knew the answer to every question I ever wanted to ask. I knew everything. Again, I tried to leap into the light, but the grip on my ankle tightened. I could go nowhere. Sue, 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 a voice called while the hand pulled me back. I struggled to resist, stretching for the light. The hand tightened even more. Sue, 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 the voice grew louder. No, I yelled, I want to stay. But as hard as I struggled, the light grew smaller as the grip pulled me away. Wispy gray clouds formed and swirled around me like a tornado. The grip pulled me down a tunnel that soon completely surrounded me. I clawed at the walls of mist, but the hand pulling me was too strong. I gained incredible speed as I fell through the vortex. Then I heard a high-pitched whistle, and the circular wall of clouds began to look like streaks of gray and blue. I traveled unbelievably fast until I slammed back into my physical body. It was as if a lightning bolt had hit the ground. Being back in my body felt confining and tight, like suffering in a pair of pants that were too small. I opened my eyes halfway and saw a face hovering over me. Sue, said Nurse Jenny, it's time to wake up. Your exploratory surgery is over. What? Where had I just been? What was that incredible place? And why was I not able to stay? My vision blurred. My eyelids grew heavy. Violent shivers racked my body as I drifted back into unconsciousness. I had come so close. Signs of hope. Hours later, Dr. Elizabeth stood beside me, staring at my chart. An entire troop of interns formed a half circle at the foot of my bed. Scott, my husband, sat in a chair next to me, weeping. You have stage 3 or 4 cancer, Dr. Elizabeth said, and it has spread throughout your body. All air left my lungs and my body stiffened. I was only 24 years old. Stage 4 cancer is the worst, and that was what the doctors found in my grandma during her surgery. 3 weeks later, she died. I looked for signs of hope from the others, but everyone stared at the floor except Scott. His hands covered his face as he wept. The room was full of people, but no one said a word. And the only sound was the inconsolable weeping from Scott. But then I heard a buzz. It sounded like a photocopier scanning an image. At the same time, an electrical sensation started at the top of my head and ran down my body as if I was going through some kind of transforming scanner. No one else in the room showed signs that they could hear the buzz, and no one else seemed aware anything was happening. The sensation continued down my body in healing waves until it exited my feet. Every bit of fear left my body. I smiled at Dr. Elizabeth and shouted, "I'm healed!" She flinched. Then she patted me on the shoulder. Her reaction was one of pity. Her expression showed she thought I was in denial of the bad news she had just given me. I understood her concern, but nothing could shake the surety I had been healed. No one else in the room had felt what I had felt. No one else had seen the amazing things I had seen. And no one else had traveled to that incredible place where I had been. Still, I agreed to meet with an oncologist for the surgery Dr. Elizabeth was sure I needed. In truth, I was hoping to return to that amazing place I had visited in my near-death experience. Another surgery might take me back there.